Today on People Now, Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin are married. It's true. We have the details.
Serena Williams is opening up about that U.S. Open controversy, saying she did not cheat.
Woody Allen's wife, Previn, breaks her silence in a new interview, revealing her thoughts on the allegations made against Allen.
Stranger Things star David Harbour is officiating a fan's wedding ahead of the Emmys. It's an amazing story. You're gonna want to hear it.
Plus, Chris Harrison is getting candid about one of Bachelor Nation's most controversial couples, Ari and Lauren.
It's all today on People Now.
All right, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. So Jeremy's in LA covering the Emmys. We have the lovely Megan Wright filling in. How are you doing?
I am good. It's crazy. I just saw Jeremy the other day, and I was like, I keep missing you when I come to People.
I know.
And it's because I keep filling in for him, so that's that.
I like a little girl chat. It's a great day to be here because if you've checked Twitter today, you may have seen the news that everyone is going crazy about. Mary Poppins is coming back to the screen for a remake. It is packed with an all-star cast. Very exciting.
So we want to know, which actor are you most excited to see in the upcoming Mary Poppins remake? I'm not going to lie, I'm a little weird about remakes, but because this one, you know, the original came out in the 60s, I think I'm okay with it. Is it Colin Firth, Emily Blunt, Lin-Manuel Miranda, or what about Meryl Streep? I'm thinking Meryl Streep.
I think we'll see though.
Take our People Now poll or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag People Now.
Yes, we'll check in a little later, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today, starting with this. Previn is breaking her silence about the allegations of sexual misconduct against her husband, Woody Allen. In a New York Magazine article published Sunday night, the 47-year-old said she doesn't believe the molestation accusations made against him by his adopted daughter, Dylan Farrow. Previn and Dylan share adoptive mother, actress Mia Farrow. Previn explains, quote, "What's happened to Woody is so upsetting, so unjust." Going on to add, Mia has taken advantage of the Me Too movement and paraded Dylan as a victim, and a whole new generation is hearing about it when they shouldn't. Previn went on to detail alleged mistreatment by Mia when she was in her care, claiming she couldn't come up with a pleasant memory of their time together. A Farrow family spokesperson refuted Previn's allegations of physical abuse and neglect to the magazine, while a rep for Mia did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. Dylan, who is now 33, has since released a statement standing by her mother and slamming Previn's piece, claiming it omits key facts and criticizing it for being written by a longtime friend of Allen's. Dylan's statement reads in part, "Woody Allen molested me when I was 7 years old, part of a documented pattern of inappropriate, abusive touching that led a judge to say there was no evidence I was coached and that it was unsafe for me to be in Woody Allen's presence." She goes on to slam what she calls bizarre fabrications about her mother in the article and adds, "The idea of letting a friend of an alleged predator write a one-sided piece attacking the credibility of his victim is disgusting." Dylan's brother, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Ronan Farrow, also supported their mother in a statement, writing in part, "I owe everything I am to Mia Farrow. She is a devoted mom who went through hell for her family, all while creating a loving home for us." New York Magazine stood by the piece, telling CBS News that Previn's story deserved to be told and that the relationship between the author and Allen was disclosed. Allen was never charged in relation to Dylan's accusations, which he first made during his explosive split from Mia in 1992 and went public with in 2014. Since then, dozens of actors who previously worked with Allen have denounced the director and pledged not to work with him again, including Rachel Brosnahan, Colin Firth, and Ellen Page. Others, like longtime friend Diane Keaton, have stood by him. Previn's relationship with Allen began in 1992 while Allen was still dating her mother, Mia. Previn was 21 years old at the time. In the lengthy New York Magazine piece, Previn calls her husband a poor, pathetic thing, claiming, quote, "He's so naive and trusting, he was probably putty in Mia's hands." She goes on to add, Mia was way over his head. Previn shares some behind-the-scenes details of their relationship as well, revealing they eat all their meals together and have never spent a night apart since they married in 1997. All right, moving on to this, Serena Williams is opening up about her U.S. Open controversy for the first time, telling Australian news show The Sunday Project that she did not receive coaching during the game despite her coach admitting otherwise. The 36-year-old maintains her stance that she had no idea what motion her coach was referring to, telling the outlet, "I don't understand what he was talking about. We never had signals." She also adds that females should have the same opportunities as males, saying, "I just don't understand. If you're a female, you should be able to do even half of what a guy can do." A teaser for the interview also suggests Williams struggles to answer a particular question after the interviewer asks, "Do you regret that?" The exclusive sit-down is set to air Sunday evening. And Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian, is coming to his wife's defense after the New York Times published a report alleging male players at Grand Slam tournaments are punished much more frequently than their female counterparts. Ohanian made his feelings known on Twitter, calling out New York Times columnist Christopher Clarey on Sunday. He writes, "Live footage of Christopher Clarey when he realizes he wasted all that ink on a misleading headline with a body of research that means literally nothing. How will New York Times respond?" Christopher Clarey, happy to help fund an independent research team to run the actual analysis. Statistics can be illuminating when you know what you're looking for. Ohanian even went so far as to donate $10 for every word in the, quote, misleading article, saying, "I'm donating to Donors Choose classroom projects to make sure the next generation gets access to learn basic statistics." Thank you, Christopher Clarey. A lot of shade there. All right, Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin are married, you guys. And apparently, this is only the beginning of their celebrations. Although the two were legally married at a courthouse in New York City on Thursday, a source tells People they didn't want anyone but their families to know they got married. This wasn't a wedding, it was more of a necessary ceremony to make it legal. Doesn't seem like a big deal to them. Insiders say the two are still planning out the details of their wedding and that no wedding rings will be worn until after an official ceremony. The decision to tie the knot came as a surprise to some members of their inner circle, a source revealing they went ahead and did it without listening to anyone. But Bieber's mom, Patty, seems to approve. The 43-year-old tweeted, "Love it, unconditional," one day after Bieber and Baldwin secretly tied the knot. On Sunday, she followed up with a second tweet writing, "Haters gonna hate, #love wins." Hey, there's always gonna be haters. Baldwin said Friday she still does not consider herself hitched, writing in a now deleted tweet, "I understand where the speculation is coming from, but I'm not married yet." A pal of the couple explained she feels a civil ceremony and their, quote, real wedding are two separate things. A religious source adding they're going to have a big blowout in front of God and everyone they love. The pair have been 100% committed to each other since their July engagement, an insider adding they're young, in love, and feel confident about their relationship. Oh, to be young and in love. Okay, this is my question, Megan. If you get married in the courthouse, does it still count as officially getting married?
Yeah, we're married. That's why I don't
so?
understand the tweet where she said, "I understand where the speculation comes from." I mean, we're married.
Legally, you're married.
I do understand the religious point of view, but I definitely think that, yeah.
Well, you know what? They think otherwise, but you can let them know. Next time you see them around New York City.
Next time I see them, even though I never see them in the city.
I don't either. I'm waiting to see them riding city bikes throughout the city because they do that all the time. So if I see them then, I'll tell them. You
Where
guys
are we when they are out in the city?
I have no idea.
Not with them.
Maybe we're here. You have even more for us than Star Treks.
We're kicking off Star Treks with one Spice Girl going back to her roots. Watch this. Get it, girl. Victoria Beckham is going full Spice Girl mode. Yes, I am a big Spice Girls fan, but for some reason I can't ever seem to get tickets because they like sell out in 7 seconds. The fashion designer had a lot to celebrate Sunday night. It was the 10-year anniversary of her namesake clothing brand, and she made her debut at London Fashion Week. Beckham usually shows her collection right here in New York, but it's obvious she was excited and even a little emotional being able to present on her home turf. Now, of course, she had a whole lot of support from her fashionable family, husband David Beckham, and their 4 kids. They are getting so big. Harper Cruz, Romeo James, and Brooklyn all sat front row to cheer their mom on. Now, Beckham even took a little time to give her family some extra special loving, stopping to give them all a kiss right after her show. Now, stick around because we have even more Victoria Beckham. She's opening up about her marriage and what her family really thought about her move into the fashion world. Now, happy birthday goes out to Nick Jonas, who I guess we could be saying he was celebrating an entire weekend, so it's happy birthday weekend, Nick. He officially turned 26 years old on Sunday, but he and his fiancée, Priyanka Chopra, celebrated for days with a sporty weekend packed with events. They were jet-setting across the country. There was a football game in Texas that they attended on Sunday where this sweet snap was taken. They watched the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants face off, with the Cowboys nabbing a win. And just one day before that, they were in Anaheim, California, living it up at a baseball game. Nick and Pri attended that event with a group of close friends, including Nick's older brother, Joe Jonas. And can you spot him in this pic? Let's see, where's he at? Oh, there he story is he's hiding behind a fan of dollar bills.
As you do.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. Now, after the game, Nick even performed a special show to support Strike Out Slavery, which seeks to raise awareness about human trafficking. And we already knew birthdays were a big deal for these two. Nick and Priyanka confirmed their engagement in August after Nick proposed on her 36th birthday. What a birthday that must have been. This all happened while the lovebirds were vacationing in London. I think 26 is going to be your year, Nick. Definitely, definitely. Now, before tonight's Emmys, nominee David Harbour had another ceremony to attend, and this time it was a wedding for a fan named Erica. Now, this is how it went down. She sent out a tweet back in January writing, "What would it take to get David Harbour to be the officiant at my wedding in September?" Harbour wrote back, giving his number 125,000 retweets. Provided a date works with season 3's shooting schedule, I will get ordained and perform the ceremony. I get to read an esteemed love letter of my choosing, and after the cake is officially cut, I get the very first piece. Hashtag all the cakes. Now, well, Erica managed to get those tweets in less than 24 hours. I love that support. And on Saturday, we finally got the reveal. Harbour tweeted out a pic from the Springfield, Illinois ceremony where he proudly stood underneath the altar in his Stranger Things police chief's uniform. That is so funny. No word on what esteemed love letter he read or what flavor the cake was. And those are the Star Treks for today.
That is incredible. And congrats to the happy couple. That's amazing. All right, stay with us. Pregnant country star Carrie Underwood reveals her heartbreak, 3 miscarriages before becoming pregnant with baby number 2 in a brand new interview. Plus, Chris Harrison shares a 90s flashback with us that'll bring a smile to your face. Wait till you hear it. All right, but let's check in on our question of the day. We've been asking you guys what star you're most excited to see in the new Mary Poppins remake. Oh boy, let's see. Oh, Emily Blunt is winning so far. Does that shock you, Megan?
I don't know. What? My girl Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep.
Am I the only one who's excited about seeing Meryl Streep?
7%. There might be a few other people
I love my girl Meryl.
Well, you know, Emily Blunt's playing the title character. She's playing Mary Poppins. So I think obviously that's a big draw, very exciting. And Lin-Manuel also as well.
All right, well, we're just gonna have to, wait and see how the remake comes, to life. I'm excited for it though. Again, I'm weird with remakes, but from the 60s.
All right, keep taking your People Now poll, but now we are moving on to this. So Bachelor Ari Leindick Jr. and fiance Lauren Burnham had a very rocky road to love after Ari originally chose Becca as last season's winner.
Since then, the couple's whirlwind romance has caused lots of controversy. Bachelor host Chris Harrison, who'll be attending their January wedding, opened up about their relationship and how he warned the couple to stay out of the spotlight.
He cut a lot of heat, and I've told him this, so I'm not talking out of school. He brings a lot of it on himself. And I tell him, you are at times your own worst enemy. He'll, the whole pregnancy Instagram, which by the way, for all future Bachelor couples, don't put the fake pregnancy thing. It never works. It's always a bad joke. They did it. So every now and then, like for example, when they first got together, he's like, we're disappearing, we're going away. Next thing you know, you see pictures of him in Iceland and, pictures of her behind in the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. You're like, stop, unless you're doing it on purpose, stop.
I know you don't watch The Bachelor, but you do know that you should never do the fake pregnancy.
Yeah, why would they do that? Especially, there's a lot of people who struggle with getting pregnant, and then it's just not they got a lot of fans watching. It's just not I have been to Iceland, though.
Oh, yeah.
I love Iceland.
I need to go. All right, stick around. Chris Harrison will be back talking all about the current season of Millionaire and his hilarious story with Salt and Peppa. It is so great. It's coming up in just a bit. But first, Victoria Beckham took center stage at London Fashion Week Sunday. But before her big debut, she took a little time to chat all things family and fashion.
The designer stopped by BBC Radio, opening up to host Claudia Winkleman about her 10-year fashion anniversary, revealing the key to her success, saying, quote, I always go by my gut instinct, and so I can live with a mistake if it's my mistake. But I couldn't live with a mistake if it was someone else's mistake. I feel her on that.
Yeah, she went on to say that she ultimately just does the best she can, adding, I'm trying hard to be the best wife, the best mom, the best professional. It is stressful because I care so much.
Beckham even revealed her family's first thoughts on her transition from pop stardom to the fashion industry, saying David was always really supportive and said, as long as it's honest, as long as it's authentic, and as long as it ultimately makes me happy.
And she even joked that her kids didn't fully realize what her job was until after she showcased a few collections, because in the very beginning, she wanted the focus to be on the fashion and what she was doing, not her personal life.
In the sit-down, she also teased a possible move to menswear and children's wear, so I don't think she's planning on slowing down anytime soon.
I don't think she is is at all. Well, Carrie Underwood has revealed she suffered 3 miscarriages in the last 2 years. Take a look at this.
Got pregnant again in the spring and it didn't work out. Got pregnant again early 2018. Didn't work out. So at that point, it was just kind of like, okay, like, what's the deal?
That's very tough. It's even tough for me to watch, but she is currently pregnant, good news there, and shares one son, 3-year-old Isaiah, with her husband, Mike Fisher. But in her interview with CBS this morning, she revealed it wasn't an easy road to get to where she is now.
She got really candid about her challenging fertility journey and her struggle to remain grateful for all of her blessings while going through that heartbreak.
And I have this amazing life. Like, really, what can I complain about? I can't. I have an incredible husband, incredible friends, an incredible job, an incredible kid. Can I be mad? No. And I got mad.
I mean, I totally feel her on that, but I'm glad to see that she's able to talk and be strong and open up, because I know she has a lot of fans that are watching her and watching this and can definitely relate to everything that, that's going on with her, for sure.
And Carrie says one of her most emotional moments actually came as she cuddled with Isaiah early on in her current pregnancy. She says she thought at the time, why on earth do I keep getting pregnant if I can't have a kid?
She admits she was expecting to go to the doctor and have him tell her she had another miscarriage. So she turned to her faith. She said she prayed, either shut the door or let me have a kid.
And just 2 days later, she went to the doctor, who told her everything was going great, a sign that, according to Carrie, was that God had heard her.
The couple is set to welcome baby number 2 in early 2019, and Carrie will launch her Cry Pretty Tour 360 a few months later in May.
All right, take a look at what Meghan Markle has been up to.
In January 2018, as I was settling into my new home of London, I met a group of women whose community had been affected by the Grenfell fire. They had decided to get together to cook fresh food for their families and their neighbors.
Meghan Markle is back on the screen, but this time it's not for her role in Suits. The Duchess of Sussex made her first solo leap into public royal work on Monday as she lent a hand to a group of women who suffered after the Grenfell Tower tragedy, and it was all recorded.
The Royal Foundation documented Meghan's charitable works and released a short film which shows Meghan helping out in the community kitchen by suggesting they come up with a cookbook with their favorite recipes.
Love this. The book, which is called Together, Our Community Cookbook, is out this week and even features a personal note by Meghan. She writes, "The Hub Community Kitchen is a place for women to laugh, grieve, cry, and cook together."
The idea for the project came from Meghan's visit to the Muslim Cultural Heritage Center in London back in January. There, a group of women came together to cook fresh food daily to feed the families who were devastated by the fire that killed more than 70 people.
Meghan is also passionate about cooking, so this has been an amazing opportunity for her.
Proceeds from the cookbook will allow the kitchen to stay open 7 days a week and widen its reach to others in the community. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, I love that too. And we have even more updates from newlyweds Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin. Hailey Baldwin was back to work just 4 days after her secret wedding to the Biebs, spotted at the Adidas fashion show at London Fashion Week.
Her new hubs was noticeably missing at the big event, but I'm sure he would have approved of her athletic-inspired outfits. Some people have been speculating whether or not his absence means he's back at home prepping for their, quote, real wedding.
Maybe he's just chilling. We all know by now that the couple feels like their civil ceremony is not the same as their future wedding. A religious source adding, what happened at the courthouse is a courthouse thing, a legal thing. But marriage is two people making a vow before God and the people they love.
While we wait for more wedding news, we'll be keeping an eye out at Fashion Week for every possible Baldwin-Bieber spotting, even though we personally never see them. You never know when these two might pop up, maybe even here.
Maybe. What do you think their wedding's gonna be like?
You know what? If this would have been a few years ago, I feel like it would have been all out, but now I'm feeling like I'm sensing like some Lennon and bare feet, maybe.
I think it's gonna be just super low-key and chill, just because how they have been recently, so we'll see. We will let you know, that's for sure. All right, take a look at this.
$15,000, 20 would have been a lot of money to walk away with.
Right.
30's better. It's $100 million we've given away, and it all culminates in this big celebration in November where we have a whole week where we bring back old clips and favorites that you've seen. That Friday, we narrow it down. We bring back a former contestant that's played before, an all-star that everybody loved, and he plays again.
It's Millionaire's $100 million season, and the stakes are higher than ever. Chris Harrison hosts a brand new season of America's Richest Game Show and even shared a few hilarious stories with some throwback celebrity guests.
we did this Vegas Celebrity Week, and Salt and Peppa played. And their +1 was Kid and Play. So at one point I had Salt and Peppa on stage with Kid and Play. It was like my 90s self was just dying inside. Like, what is happening in my world? And having to, you guys run into this, when you have like an LL Cool J on or whoever that has kind of a, not necessarily a name, but more of a moniker, what do you call them? Mr. Cool J, Mr. LL, so Salt.
Mr. J.
Right. So Salt and Pepper there. Do I really call you Salt?
Yeah.
And you Peppa?
Right.
Not Pepper, just Peppa. So that's the weird part is you have to say Peppa.
I mean, it gets very confusing.
Yeah.
I think just Salt and Peppa.
Yeah. Legends.
I know, legends. That's what you call them. All right, let's take one last look at our People poll. We've been asking who you're most excited to see in the upcoming Mary Poppins remake. Yeah, Emily Blunt just took this one.
You guys are hating on my girl,
Megan is very upset. Right. You're very upset about this.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm excited for the movie, though, once again.
Yeah.
Now, be sure to tune in tomorrow for another question of the day.
And coming up tomorrow, we are breaking down all of last night's Emmy wins, surprises, and stunning red carpet looks. Plus, Tom Bergeron is here, filling us in on his new short film, The Messenger.
Thanks for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Shannon Purser.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Shannon Purser, and this is One Last Thing. The last time I was starstruck was when I saw Anna Kendrick on a plane. And I didn't want to make eye contact with her or like be weird, but then at the end of the flight, we both kind of waved at each other and it was a cool moment. The last show I binge watched, well, right now I'm binge watching Insecure on HBO, and it's incredible.
It's my birthday.
My last girls' night was me and my two best friends from back home, and we watched The Strangers.